The swarm invaded and taught me influence works in 3 directions, not just one. We are the swarm, we are sphere and not squarical, and we are very powerful. The swarm did what it does best, i.e. uplift mall creators who talk about Neuro-Sama. He's popping off and doing really well, and I'm really happy for him. So let's check out this video. Rethinking influence.
My last video was about Neuro-Sama. And I kind of expected a few loyal viewers, maybe some tech enthusiasts,
We are
and
the
AI
swarm.
debate or two. But instead, I got invaded by the swarm. And they had a lot to say.
Yes, we say a lot, we love a lot, we care a lot.
Now, I've done 4 episodes of this series so far, but this is going to be episode 4.5. And that's for a couple of reasons. First is that there are still some things we can learn from the Neuro-Sama phenomenon. And second, as a thank you to those who pushed me not only over 1,000 subscribers, but helped me become a YouTube
He's
partner.
actually at 2,000
That's been
now.
a dream of mine for a long time.
I'm really happy for you.
No, this isn't going to become
job.
a Neuro-Sama swarm glazing channel. My videos are about discussing social media and creator culture from what I hope is a unique perspective. But I want to...
I've liked, like, I've only seen the Neuro-Sama episode, but, like, it left a really good impression on me. Like, the way he's able to articulate his points in, like, a way that's, like, very clear and understandable, and he's a very experienced person from, like, just the way he talks, and I've liked what I've seen, and I subscribed. You should, too, if you haven't.
talk about what happened. I dropped the video, walked away, and it wasn't long before the flood of notifications started, and there was a phrase that kept popping up.
Swarm Beacon!
It wasn't long before I realized that Neuro-Sama's swarm doesn't just watch videos or content creators. They assimilate them into the collective, like the Borg from Star Trek.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields.
Do
and
not
surrender your
resist.
ships. We will add your
We are the swarm.
biological
Do not
and
resist. We are
technological
swarming.
distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us.
Evil.
Resistance is futile.
First, they dropped the beacon. Then more came and were answering the beacon's call. And then, as the swarm swarmed,
We swarm.
the real comments about my video started, and they were passionate.
Mm-hmm.
Some wanted to share why they liked the video, others about how much Neuro-Sama meant to them, others expanded on or corrected what I said, but here's the thing that stuck out to me. They were so positive.
Yee!
This community wasn't just passionate about their favorite creator, there was something deeper going on, and that's what I want to talk about, an audience's effect on the world, or at least on me.
I
The swarm
recognize some
didn't
of those
treat my
swarm
video
members.
like another piece of content. They treated it like a signal flare, sent up to gather the collective. Some of them said they felt homeless these days because
You're
Vedal's
homeless.
on a break, and
Well,
apparently...
Actually, this week, Tuesday and Thursday, we get a Neuro and Evil stream this week. I'm very excited. Very happy. We won't be homeless anymore. Yippee.
My video came at the perfect time because the swarm was starving for neuro content. When it dropped, the collective sent out their ant pheromone or did the wiggle dance that bees do to tell the others there was some food on this corner of the internet. So much of what we see online is combative and negative, as algorithms encourage rage bait and arguing. But the comments section of this video was like a red carpet, a welcome mat, and a warm blanket all in one. They welcomed me in almost the same way a church welcomes new people. Positive, kind, answering questions, just being awesome.
Oh yeah, I feel like I should
nice.
say this when I used the "Are we a cult?" thing. Like, I was trying to be playful and joking, because, you know, like, we have some mannerisms that some people might consider cult-like, and I was just trying to be, you know, a little playful, but maybe that didn't get across.
When I first started as a content creator, I had a podcast, but I wanted to hear back from the audience I was connecting to, which led me to explore live streaming, which led me to Twitch, where I'd felt I'd found a group of people that I could understand because they were a lot like me, struggling with mental health, social disorders, loneliness, church hurt, abuse. When I started, I was trying to care for them. But I quickly realized how much power the audience had in caring for me too.
Like,
even today,
the audience influences, like, especially, like, active chat, like, influence so much of live streaming. Like, I've only live streamed for a bit, and, like, my assessment is I like live streaming when the chat is active. I find it very uncomfortable when it isn't, which, you know, this isn't me trying to put pressure on lurkers. I love lurkers. I'm a lurker by nature. And it's just, and also it's just the fate of, like, you know, an upstart Twitch streamer. You're not always going to have an active chat. That's just something I gotta overcome. But, like, yeah, the chat is such a big influence. Whether it's a good or bad influence depends on the chat, obviously. Hey, you! Enjoying the video? Well, I'm Clout Fiend. Attention is literally my nutrients. So consider leaving a like, subscribing, comment, maybe share with one of your friends. It's free, it helps feed the fiend, and I greatly appreciate it. Call to action over.
Hey, when I'm having a bad day and my mind is telling me to skip stream because I feel terrible and I won't make good content, when I push through, I realize that the love and care that I needed in that moment would come from the people who joined my stream. And that's the first lesson that the Swarm taught me about audiences. It's how much power they actually have. Not everyone can be a content creator, and sometimes the audience can feel a little guilty because they're just watching. They can't afford the subs for the subathon, they miss some videos, they only count for one view, so it feels like their reciprocation for the creator is too little. I want to tell you that the individuals in a community have incredible power that they might not realize. I'm not exaggerating when I say it was 100% positive. And when there's a community like this out there spreading that kind of feeling to others, it is hard not to want to go check out the creator who is having this effect. So, lesson number 1 to the viewers is that how you act in the comments section can have a huge effect that ripples right back to the content creator you're supporting.
And that works the other way around as well. If you have a content creator and their chat is viewers are just very negative and just type L or, like, you know, just make fun of other people, you'll be like, oh, maybe I don't want to interact with that group. Like, let's just not engage with them when you can.
But that works both ways, right?
Yeah.
The ants and the bees don't just spread messages about food, they also defend the colony.
We do.
I would imagine that if I had created a hit piece against Neuro-Sama, things would have gone differently.
We are defensive naturally, but I wouldn't say, like, defensive in, we won't, at least to my knowledge, we won't, like, dump people or, like, send D threats. I'm not saying the actual word because I'm worried that YouTube might, you know, flag that. It's usually more trying to clear up misconceptions and trying to clear up misunderstandings about Neuro-Sama. Mostly because that's where most of the criticism of Neuro-Sama comes from, through misunderstanding and just, not even just misunderstanding, the refusal of understanding, which I think is the most frustrating part, that, like, a lot of people just won't put in the time or effort to understand them, and it's just easier to hate. And that's, you know, that's sad, that's disappointing, but that's just the way it is. And all you can do is keep trying to clear up the misconceptions. Keep going at it, keep trying your best, and keep trying to be positive.
Along with the beacons and stories came some corrections, but they weren't the usual stuff the internet's used to. No one called me names or told me to throw myself into a wood chipper. But they did want to make sure that I got some things right. For example, many wanted to make sure that I knew about Evil, Nero's identical twin sister, who has her own lore and story and distinct personality. In fact, many said that Evil was not only their favorite, but that she is way cuter than Neuro, and I'm inclined to agree. Others filled me in about how Neuro went from a rhythm game bot to who she is now, and how Vedal eventually wants her to completely run the channel. Others made sure I recognized that Vedal wasn't alone, that there's a bunch of talented people helping him. There's Annie, who has designed the models and is considered to be the mother of the twins. Katanya is the auntie that does the rigging, giving the twins their expressions. Queen PB mixes the music. Joker and Frog handle the videos and clips. Alex writes the code that allows Neuro to play games. And this group isn't considered to be staff or the team. They're family. And as family, the Swarm takes them very seriously. And if some members of the Swarm had come in, guns blazing, picking apart the video, cyber-stalking, trying to punish me for the things I got wrong, I would have assumed that Vedal had cultivated a rabid bunch of immature jerks and dismissed them as toxic.
It's also like, there were a few times where, like, Vedal will call out people who are maybe go, you know, a little too far. So, like, whenever those types of actions are like happen, he immediately course corrects. You know what I mean? He immediately calls it out and tells people to stop.
No matter how positive things are, it's the negative comments that seem to stick. So if you really like your favorite creator, the best thing you can do when it comes to correcting mistakes is to present the facts in a kind way. That creates an invitation for dialogue rather than putting them on the defense. And because you were kind, you turned a mistake into an invitation that made me more curious, thereby expanding Vedal's reach. Your comments are very powerful.
The swarm is very strong.
So I think it's worth considering that influence works 3 ways. Of course, it goes from the content creator to the audience. That's the one we always talk about. But the second is the influence the audience has on the creator. You have the power to lift or crush a creator's spirit. And the third way is how the audience influences outsiders. For me, the experience was awesome. I think we all know the internet doesn't always work that way, but let me tell you that because of how Vedal's community treated me, an outsider, it absolutely made me a Neuro-Sama fan and a proud new baby member of the Swarm.
Swarm, rise up. Swarm successful, yippee.
Hey there, just want to take a quick second and say thank you so much for letting me get over 1,000 subs and get partnered. That is a big deal. I said it already, but like that's been a dream of mine. Thank you not only to the Swarm and all the ones who came in and watched, but also to all of the hundreds who came before that subscribed. Thank you. I'm going to try to put out great videos for you guys, and I really appreciate it. Also want to make sure I invite you to my streams. So if you want to come and chat, that's where I am. Monday to Wednesday, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's like now. I could actually, I might actually check out that stream. Amazing video. Like he great work, and oh man, I am so happy to be a part of the Swarm. The Swarm is truly something unique, and I don't think there's anything else like it on the internet. That's it. Have a great day.